Back with us is Jesse Weber, anchor for the Law and Crime Network, Dave Aronberg, the Palm Beach County State Attorney, and Ashleigh Banfield, host of Banfield here on NewsNation. Ashleigh, Lori Vallow has been convicted already. Is the case against Chad, do you think, stronger or weaker than the case against her?
I always thought the case against Chad was the strongest, and during Lori's trial, I figured she'd turn on him and that she would always say, Chad did this, and then terrified me to keep my mouth shut, and she didn't. She stayed with her prophet. But I keep wondering if she is still going to stay with the prophet now that she's been told she's going to stay in prison for life. And also, he's made lots of sort of squeaks that it's her fault. I would love to know if she's going to testify against him. Because, first of all, the hand has already been played. The evidence is out there. We all know pretty much what happened. I don't think there's going to be any big surprises in Chad's trial, except for Lori taking the stand, which, oh, please, Jesus, if there is a Jesus in this case. Yeah, I really want to see it.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, going into Lori Vallow Daybell's mind to figure out what she's going to do is not a place I want to be, so I can't predict it. What I can tell you is that one of the reasons you don't have these trials together was because we knew they had divergent interests. And it looks like Chad, if you ask me, Chad is going to turn and say it was Lori's fault. Very difficult to say when the bodies were found on his property. So is there a possibility that she could take the stand, try to set the record straight? She's been so silent, has never said anything about what's really happened.
She didn't testify in her case.
No,
Right.
But she was caught on jailhouse phone call telling her son, you don't understand, you don't get what happened. Okay, so explain to us what happened. What do we not know? Maybe this is her opportunity to tell us.
Yeah.
I think Lori may very well testify for Chad. Look, she is so clueless. She had every chance to save herself by pointing the finger at Chad. She didn't do that. She was mad at her lawyers for doing a little bit of that near the end. Now Chad, I think, is going to throw her under the bus, and she'll be a willing accomplice.
But we have seen cases, I've seen cases where the opposite happens, right? Person testifies or argues in their trial, other person wasn't involved, this didn't happen, I'm innocent. Person gets convicted. And as Ashleigh said, now facing life, and says, okay, my only hope at this point somehow is to cooperate. I'm not even sure how it really would help. I mean, Dave, let me ask you, from a practical perspective, let's say she agrees to cooperate with prosecutors. Can that change the sentence she gets at this point?
Sure. I mean, she could be let out before she dies in prison. But you have to assume by your question that she's acting rationally. Yeah. What makes you think she's going to be rational? Anyone else would say, yeah, to save myself, I will tell the truth. She believes she's going to end up with Chad either in this life or the next one.
And that's the problem, Ashleigh, right? I mean, is if that's what she believes, then there may be no testimony from her.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be a break in the trance that she's in under that Svengali guy. I don't know what she sees in him, but she sees it. But I think it's super interesting that she is appealing her case based on some pretrial issues that I think are legitimate. I'm trying to remember all of the different nuances to the issues. I think there was something in jury instructions that gave her some grounds for appeal. So I do think that if she could snap out of it, as they said in Moonstruck, she might actually have a shot in her second go-round if she gets a second go-round.
The argument to that would be those are attorneys saying, we'll take care of the appeal. We'll figure out the legal issues. Whether she wants to take the stand, there's only one person that can make that choice, and that is her. I will say with the appeal, look, the prosecutors made a big mistake in her trial. One of the reasons why it wasn't a death penalty case is because there was a discovery issue. That was their fault. So if they make that kind of mistake, we never know.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.